In this video, I'm going to be comparing ChatGPT Plus versus the popular AI tool called Blaze AI. I'm going to be looking at pricing, features, some of the pros and cons, and then ultimately determine which AI solution is the better option for you and your use cases. So be sure to stick around for the full video. And if this happens to be your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Ryan, and I help business owners and creators leverage AI to scale content, save time, and ultimately make more money online. And if you want to know my favorite AI tools, prompts, and even some cool automation templates, be sure to get my free AI Marketing Essentials Guide. You can find the link for this in the video description or pinned comment below. So before I dive into this comparison, I first want to call out that everyone's situations and use cases are different when it comes to using AI. And for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be catering mostly to my audience here, which is marketers, content creators, and business owners. If you don't fall into one of those three categories, though, there still is a lot of good information if you're trying to decide between ChatGPT Plus and Blaze AI. And a lot of this stuff I'm going to be covering high level. So if you want more in-depth information on each AI tool, I do have dedicated reviews for both ChatGPT Plus and Blaze AI that you can find in the description below. So first I should explain what these AI tools are. What is Blaze AI and what is ChatGPT Plus? I would imagine that most of you have heard of ChatGPT Plus by now, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this, but this is essentially the premium version of ChatGPT. It costs $20 a month and includes way more features and usage than what you get on the free plan. I'm going to dive into these features here shortly in this video. Blaze AI, on the other hand, is an all-in-one AI marketing platform. They like to tout themselves as a combination of ChatGPT, Hootsuite, and Canva. There's definitely a lot that you can do inside the Blaze AI platform. I'm going to talk about this later on as well, but most notably, they have a built-in social media management system inside Blaze AI where you can manage all your different social media profiles and leverage AI to assist with that, versus inside ChatGPT Plus, we cannot do that. You have to leverage an automation outside of just the ChatGPT web app in order to accomplish that. But as I keep talking on, this is essentially an all-in-one AI marketing tool with a visually appealing interface, versus ChatGPT Plus is simply the premium version of ChatGPT. So now let's compare the pricing and features of ChatGPT Plus versus Blaze AI. And I'm on OpenAI's pricing page right now for ChatGPT, and the Plus plan, like I mentioned earlier, still costs $20 a month. That is the same price that OpenAI had since they rolled this product out a few years ago. So with a ChatGPT Plus subscription, of course, you get everything in free, and you also get the following features. And I talk about all of this more in depth on my ChatGPT Plus review, which you can find in the video description below. But the main points here, the important takeaways, is that you get way more access to GPT-5 than you do on the free plan. Now, I don't know if it's 5x, 10x, or whatever those actual limits are, but from experience, you just get way more access with GPT-5 on the Plus plan. You also get more access on messaging, file uploads, data analysis, and that 4.0 image generation model, which is still one of the better AI image models right now, in my opinion. You get standard and advanced voice mode with more usage on those. You get access to ChatGPT Agent, which is a big deal. You get the ability to create ChatGPT projects, tasks, and of course, custom GPTs. You get access to Sora, but I'll just be honest with you. If you're trying to use Sora, you're going to need the Pro plan because it is extremely limited access on Plus. And when OpenAI rolls out new features, typically Plus and Pro users are first to access those versus the free plan. Now, you might notice here ChatGPT Pro that costs $200 a month. This is not for most people. This is for those power users of ChatGPT who are using this platform every day and running out of usage. So most people would be better off with the Plus plan, and that's what's comparable to Blaze AI. And if we head over to Blaze AI's pricing page, what you'll notice right away is this starts at $34 a month. So that's $14 more a month than what the ChatGPT Plus subscription costs for $20. And by the way, this is Blaze AI's most basic tier. One thing I did forget to mention is that Blaze AI does offer a free trial. I believe it's still 7 days. I will leave a link in the video description or pinned comment below if you do want to give Blaze AI a try. And that's what I'd recommend, is just trying that free trial. If you like it, maybe subscribe for a month and then cancel after that. It's always worth trying these tools if they offer free trials. But I will say, on the Pro plan, which costs $49 a month, if you want to actually get the most out of Blaze AI, you're going to want to try that Pro plan. With the Creator plan here, you are very limited in what you get. And this is one of the cons of Blaze AI, is they do not have as much usage and they have more limitations for $34 a month versus what you get with ChatGPT Plus for only $20 a month. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, on this creator plan for $34 a month, you only get 30 scheduled social posts. You only get 100K AI words. Now, that's per month. Think about this. With ChatGPT Plus, I guarantee you we get thousands of words per day. We definitely get more than 100K AI words per month. And the other thing to note here is I do not like the lack of transparency that Blaze AI has with their AI words. We don't know if this is GPT-5. We don't know if this is GPT-5 mini, GPT-4o, and they're not the only ones guilty of this. A lot of AI SaaS tools don't really uncover what AI models they're using behind the scenes. Of course, they're going to probably default to cheaper models to save on the API expenses, but that's a story for another day. 3 plagiarism scans, 5 source materials, and all these other features that you guys can read up here. Now, for the $49 a month plan, they compare it to the following: Canva Team, ChatGPT Plus, and Hootsuite Professional. What I will say here is that this is a better option than Hootsuite Professional and Canva Team. I don't know if this is comparable by throwing ChatGPT Plus in there for $20 a month, if I'm being honest. And I'm going to explain why here in a sec. Now, with this Pro plan for $49, you get 150 scheduled posts. You get 300K AI words, so 3 times the amount in that basic tier. But again, with ChatGPT Plus, if you're just concerned with outputs or getting content outputs for social posts, 300K AI words is not that much. And with ChatGPT Plus, you definitely get more than 300,000 AI words on a Plus subscription. Now, the free plan, you do not. I almost guarantee that. But on a Plus plan, you definitely get more than this through ChatGPT versus Blaze AI. And you get all of these other features included here. So now that I'm logged into my Blaze AI account, I'm going to talk about who this tool is best for, some of the best use cases for it, and just some other general features that I like about Blaze AI. First and foremost, I really like the user interface and layout of this AI tool. This is one of the better user interfaces that I've used and come across, as a lot of different AI tools are clunky, it's hard to find things, but this is very visually appealing and it's simple on the left-hand menu here. And I will say this, Blaze AI is mostly geared towards small business owners, content creators, and I would even argue agencies, particularly social media marketing agencies. And why do I say that? Well, this tool is really geared towards social media outputs or social media management, and then using AI to help you with that. Now, you can write blog posts and you can do all sorts of other things here. If I click Create New, there's options for newsletter copy, Facebook posts, blog posts, social media posts, like I mentioned here. They have a brainstormer option. They have video options, right? So they have all these other options with ads and all these other options here. But I will say that this tool is mostly designed for social media management. And that's one aspect that I really do like here is I'm on the calendar on the left-hand menu. They have a really easy to use social media management calendar. And that is one of the biggest differences when comparing this to ChatGPT Plus. If you are a marketer, content creator, agency, small business owner who cares a lot about social media management and that is a priority for you, then Blaze AI would get the nod for me here. And the reason for that is within ChatGPT Plus, yes, you can go in and say, generate me 5 social media posts, generate me an image for social media posts, but there's no way to actually integrate your accounts inside the ChatGPT web application. They do have connectors here, but again, there is no way to actually integrate your social media accounts via API and post directly through the ChatGPT web application. Versus with Blaze AI, you can connect all your different social media accounts within this interface, and then it auto posts across all of your different platforms using this calendar. And if we look back at Blaze AI's pricing page where they compare this to Hootsuite, ChatGPT Plus, and Canva Team, if we talk about just the topic of Hootsuite for a second, Blaze AI is a much better platform than these expensive social media platforms. You got Hootsuite, Sprout Social, Buffer, and all these other big platforms that charge hundreds of dollars a month just for social media management with some BS AI features that they throw in the mix. So, if social media management is your priority, Blaze AI is a much better solution for that. One other feature that I really do like about Blaze AI as well is this brand kit. With this brand kit, you can essentially train AI within the platform to make the outputs sound like you. And you can do this by inserting a website URL, different pages of your website. You can add social media profiles where it'll scan those profiles and then mimic that and train AI based on what you provide. You can also add files here. Again, social media, websites, you can paste text, you can upload files such as PDFs, brand guides, and anything else that's relevant to training your brand kit. They also have images and videos. They have a brand plan, brand profile, styles and voices. You can edit your brand voice here with the tone, audience, purpose, give it some styles, colors, fonts, etc., other content preferences, and more. So I really do like how detailed and in depth that Blaze AI has made their brand kit. Now, the most comparable thing to ChatGPT Plus here would be a custom GPT or a ChatGPT project. This is a GPT that I created for one of my clients, of course, with the instructions, training it on its brand voice, giving it some conversation starters, uploading knowledge here with brand guides, with the founder or the CEO's LinkedIn profile and some other information about him with some images. I've uploaded the logo and all the other training data inside this custom GPT that I would then use to help me generate things like social media outputs, creating content like local service pages on the website or general blog posts about dental IT topics. So that's the most comparable thing to ChatGPT Plus with that brand kit. You could also do the same thing with a project or a GPT. But I will say, like, if we're just looking at customized versions of AI, you can definitely do a lot with that brand kit. That's nothing to sneeze at. And again, the big takeaway here with this brand kit is that we can use it to help us generate AI content within Blaze AI's interface that we can then automatically post across our social media platforms versus a custom GPT. We cannot integrate our social media accounts with this GPT or ChatGPT project and automatically post from the web app. And just a side note on automating your social media, I did build this AI automation that fully automates my entire social media system across all my platforms. And if you want to know how to do this, I will leave a tutorial in the video description below. And I also have this full template that you can get and upload on automation platforms like make.com. And it's only a few dollars to join my community. I also have a ton of different automations in here in addition to just my social media system. So I wanted to call that out as if you're looking for a true way to fully automate your social media without paying for Blaze AI at a higher price, or if you're copying and pasting between custom GPTs, uploading to your social accounts, scheduling, posting, and so forth, this is the true way of automating your social media. So I wanted to call that out as well. Now, when it comes to the topic of AI images, I will admit that Blaze AI also excels in this part as well. I'm doing an Instagram post here as an example, and number one, they have a lot of cool templates that you can choose from. So this is where they get that, relation to Canva, where they compare it on their pricing page. So you can pick any one of their templates here. And by the way, all of these come with those plans. I don't think it matters what tier you're on, as long as you're on a paid plan. Or you can generate your own AI image. If I click media right here, of course, you can upload your own. But if we click generate image, you can give it a prompt and it'll generate the image right here. You can choose what size, you can choose the style, photo or illustration, and then also speed. So let's just do an ad for an AI tool. I'm just making something up right here. Actually, let's just do one of their prompts right here. A boutique clothing store, spring style, a sweater that says Blaze AI. Let's go ahead and do that. And I will say, what I think is going on behind the scenes here is that they're using DALL-E 3 or some other AI image model that's not the 4.0 image model that you get with ChatGPT Plus. If I look at some of my previous generations here with maps and infographics and charts and diagrams and thumbnails. Like, yes, these aren't perfect by any means, but I will say from experience that some of these images that I've created with the ChatGPT 4.0 image generator are higher quality than what you would get with Blaze AI, as I am almost certain that they're using cheaper AI image models behind the scenes. Now, this is just a super quick example, and that's not bad by any means, don't get me wrong. But just be aware if you are looking to just fully generate AI images, be aware of be aware of the quality of the AI image model that's at play here. Of course, that's another con. They're not transparent about what AI models they're using behind the scenes. But I can almost guarantee you this is not the 4.0 image generation model, as that is more expensive than Dolly 3 or maybe Flux or some of these other AI image models that they're using via API. But regardless, this is another good feature that you get on any paid Blaze AI plan. Now, one other thing to note when comparing ChatGPT Plus versus Blaze AI are the agentic offerings. And what do I mean by agentic offerings? Well, ChatGPT Plus gives us access to ChatGPT Agent. This rolled out about a month ago. This is OpenAI's brand new offering here. You'll see what it's doing. It's pulling up a web browser inside the ChatGPT platform and automatically accomplishing tasks for you, where you can go to a different browser or a different window and do other things while the agent mode takes care of whatever your task is. Whether that's going through your emails, whether that's booking a flight, whether that's, compiling all these reports of where it can find you or your brand on the internet, as that's a real world example that I did. I had agent mode scrape the internet for every single article, podcast, interview, TV, radio, etc., where me or my brand name was mentioned, and compile a digital PR report for me. That's one good use case of this. Whereas Blaze AI, while they do not have an agent, they don't have Blaze AI agent. One thing I should note is that coming soon, they have what's called Blaze Autopilot. I don't know all the details of this new feature yet, but they have reached out to me about this, and I will be making a dedicated video once this is released to the public. They call it the world's first AI marketing agent that grows your business for you. So from what I understand with Blaze Autopilot is this will essentially have an AI agent inside the Blaze AI platform, essentially managing things for you where it's hands off. And I could definitely see the value of this. Let's say if you're a small business owner, for instance, where instead of coming into your calendar and making sure that your social media is good to go and it's scheduled across weeks, if not months, well, the Blaze Autopilot would essentially do that for you based on your brand kit. So they're trying to make this whole thing fully autonomous, which I see how that appeals to the busy small business owner. I definitely understand that. But I wanted to call that out, as that is the direction that Blaze AI is definitely going. And I will leave this page in the video description below. I'd recommend watching this demo, joining the waitlist, but I will have more details on Blaze Autopilot when I release a dedicated video on this in the near future. Just something I wanted you to be aware of. So I know I didn't get into the nitty-gritty details and every little feature comparing Blaze AI and ChatGPT Plus, and if you want more information, again, I'd watch my dedicated reviews that I've left in the video description below. But I wanted to wrap up this video with the following. When comparing ChatGPT Plus versus Blaze AI, which platform is best for you? And I'm going to put this in the sense of you're either a marketer, a content creator, or a business owner. I will say, if your priority is social media management and that's all you're focused on, Blaze AI is the better option for purely social media management versus ChatGPT Plus. Again, the reason I'm saying that is not only because of that brand kit you get, but it also has built-in social media management within the platform, so you can schedule content, you can post content right within there across all of your different platforms. Where on ChatGPT or ChatGPT Plus, you cannot integrate your social media accounts. There's no way to automatically post within the web application. So that really is the only use case that I see Blaze AI being superior to ChatGPT Plus, is that social media management. And it does cost more, right? $34 a month on the basic plan, and then compared to that $20 a month for ChatGPT Plus. But for everything else, general use cases, images, creating content, repurposing content, using GPTs, using projects, ChatGPT Agent. I didn't get into all these other features, advanced voice mode, data analysis, file uploads, etc., etc., etc. Literally every other general use case of AI, ChatGPT Plus is superior than Blaze AI. It can just do a lot more at a lower price point. And I always tell people before you go down the rabbit hole of AI tools like Blaze AI, you should first subscribe to ChatGPT Plus for $20 a month. Now, in an ideal world, you would have both. You'd have ChatGPT Plus, and then you would also have a tool like Blaze AI if you're prioritizing social media management. But outside of social media management, ChatGPT Plus checks all the boxes and is a better all-in-one AI solution than Blaze AI. So if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. And if you found value and this video was helpful for you, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I also want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you prefer ChatGPT Plus? Do you prefer Blaze AI? Are there other AI marketing tools that you guys are using? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comment section below. But most importantly, I hope you all have a great day.